Howdy from Argyle, Texas at the New Hope Equine Assisted Therapy Ranch. It's a great place for people with special needs. They also take care of and rescue horses, and they also have some animals up there. There's a few of their beautiful horses that they have there. I'll just flip through those real quickly. Great horses, but I've been volunteering here for a while. In the summer of 2019, my daughters and I went up to see if we could help out. Well, they had a corral, and they needed to expand it. This is the expanded corral. But next to that corral was a goat pig pen. 3 goats. They were shared by Oreo, Henry, Stephen, and Hugo the Pig. And this pig pen, goat pen, was really nasty. It was small. It needed to be torn down. It wasn't in the shade. And so what we did was one day we tore it down. And that same day, later that day, we used these pallets as well as some new ones, and we built a new pen up under the tree there. And this became the new home for 3 goats, Hugo the Pig. And the owner was so happy with the completion of this new pen that she said, I want you guys to figure out a way to decorate. So what we did was we decided to build a series of panels, and those panels, those cutouts, are going to be used to decorate. This video is about the panels that we decorated with the cutouts.
Hey, okay, stop touching. You ready? Now touch him. Do it again. Do it again. Ooh.
Do it again, Alexis.
So as you can see, Hugo wasn't cooperating for me, just laying down, but I wanted to create a cartoon version of him, and these are some of the cartoons I used as possible options, and they just didn't seem to fit for the New Hope Ranch until I came to this one. And so this is the Hugo cutout that I decided to design and build. Here he is.
Okay, here we are again. It is September the 5th, 2019. Getting ready to do the Hugo the Pig cutout. I've got my setup here. I've got my projector, my charger for my phone. Got the puppy dog in here. Got the garage door closed. Got the other cutouts ready to go. There's a puppy dog in here. He's watching me. Anyway, we're gonna try doing the time lapse as I trace out Hugo the Pig. It's kind of hard to see from here, but I've got additional drawings on there to help me understand where I'm going to put black and grays and other things for Hugo. So more to come on this. I'm going to go into time-lapse mode. You can see that Mr. Hugo has been drawn in. I've got BK for black, G for light gray, D for dark gray. I'm gonna do the eyes probably blue like I did with our goat. Now you can see all the detail down here. It's a bit of a mess as I was tracing. Obviously, my hand got covered in pencil. So there's a lot of junk on there, not a problem. Next step here is to cut this out. I don't want to paint anything until after I've done the cutout, because I learned from doing this that if you paint it and then cut it out, the jigsaw will drag and tear up some of the paint there. So there's the circular one. Every time I do one of these, I learn something new, and I learned that thinking ahead on where I'm going to put my colors for my borders and different things ahead of time will make painting a lot quicker, more efficient. All right, getting ready to cut out Mr. Hugo with my jigsaw, and wanted to show you my little blade here that I've got. So I did some research and thought, well, if I put tape down, will that keep wood from fraying? Well, there are a lot of people that claim that it will, but there were some YouTube videos that showed it's false. Anyway, the trick here, so that I don't rip up the front, is to use a reverse tooth jigsaw blade. You can see this one's been used already because it's got some hot spots here from the cutout that I did for the circle and for Oreo. Anyway, this is a regular one, and you can see the teeth point upward. And here's a reverse tooth, and the teeth point downward. And it's when it pulls up on this one that it tears and leaves chips on the upside. When this one pulls up this way, it won't leave chips because it's against the grain, and when it pushes down, it'll leave chips on the backside. So chips are inevitable, but in this case, the chips will happen at the bottom. I can clean those up, I can paint those with primer, and then we'll be good to go. All right, Hugo is cut out. That wasn't too bad at all. I learned a lot from cutting Oreo out. So next thing to do will be to paint. I need to re-prime the edges here. The edges, and you can see on the back here where it has splintered. A little bit of splintering going on here. But that's okay, I'll put some primer on that. This won't be seen. And let that dry. And then we can start painting Hugo the Pig. Now we're going to put Hugo back, finish it up. Getting ready to put some primer on the edges. So all these edges along here. I'm going to be painting Hugo today. I've got gray paint that I'm going to do on the borders here, except where the hooves are. And then I'm also going to use something new. It's a felt tip pen that was blank, it was empty, and I put this paint in there with some paint thinner. So hopefully, hopefully I'll be able to paint in the tight spots with this pen, and then with a brush in the other spots. So we'll go into a time-lapse mode, and hopefully we'll get this done quickly. Well, there's Hugo. I did time-lapse of me putting all this dark gray on here. I was hoping to use a blank pen, put the paint in the pen, in the marker, thinned it out, shook it, thinned it out, shook it, and it never did work, so I had to do all this by hand. That's why the time-lapse takes so long, and why the process takes so long to do all these little edges here. But I'll be able to clean those up because I do have a black oil-based pen marker that I can use to where I border the black spots that are designated on here. You can see I've got black here, here, here. I've got blue. This will be gray. There'll be black over here. So letting him dry. Well, there's Hugo. Magic markers work great for doing that. I've got a gray area that I got to do down here, and I've got to do the eyes, color the eyes in, give him some character, and then I got to put his collar in with his name. That'll go right here. I'm thinking maybe blue, but we'll see. Color that, put his name on there, and then outline it with the black, and we should be done. Well, not done. I'm going to have to paint all the white here because the white that's on there is a primer, and it just doesn't pop as well as the glossy white.